All right, John Kurtz back here live from Radio Row in Frisco, and I'm joined right now by BYU Athletic Director Brian Santiago. Appreciate you taking the time for me here.
Yeah, happy to do it.
Yeah, what has this experience been like for you coming in as the first time as the AD here for me?
Yeah, lots of excitement, lots of enthusiasm. The Big 12 football is going to be super competitive, and one of the things that I've loved the most, though, is there's great respect in the room amongst the coaches and amongst the athletic directors. You know, Commissioner Yormark has set a really good tone for the excellence that the Big 12 is chasing, and we're just super grateful to be a part of this great conference.
Yeah, well, a couple months in now on the job, like, what has it been like to kind of hit the ground running? Like, what was priority number one?
Yeah, priority number one was just to make sure that we keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much good positive momentum in Cougar Nation right now, and so much excitement, enthusiasm in football and basketball. I just want to keep that momentum going, make sure that we carry on the legacy that's been left by so many great athletic directors and administrators and football coaches, basketball coaches. Like, there's just so many good things. We stand on the shoulders of so many great ones that we're super grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah, well, I've definitely heard about the involvement, obviously, you had with basketball and what's gone on with Kevin Young. And man, how did you guys, one, turn around on a dime to make that hire in a tough situation and get everything going the way that it has after Mark Pope left?
Yeah, we're super grateful for Coach Pope. You know, he created a big part of the momentum in that year before he left, and then had an opportunity of a lifetime to go to Kentucky. And certainly everybody's seen that he's doing a great job there. But we were super, super grateful that someone like Kevin Young would choose BYU. You know, he was right in the middle of an NBA head coaching search, and he chose BYU and has continued to choose BYU even in the short time that he's been there. And, you know, it's kind of consistent with what Kalani Sitake has done. Kalani's had some pretty significant opportunities come his way, and he continues to choose BYU. I think that's a big part of our momentum.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, your two head coaches right now, when you talk about football and men's basketball, does it get much better than what you have with those two?
As far as alignment and fit for BYU, and especially what we aspire to be as a university and our sponsored institution, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, there are no two coaches that I'd rather walk the path with than Kalani Sitake and Kevin Young.
You know, it really strikes me looking at this from afar. It feels like the BYU brand has really elevated over the last couple of years. Like, what would you attribute that the most to?
I'd attribute it to excellence. Our football team last year picked towards the bottom, and we're within a play or two of being in the college football playoff. Our basketball team makes a run to the Sweet 16. Some of the biggest names in sports are choosing BYU. AJ DeBansa chooses BYU. Ryder Lyons chooses BYU. Kihei Akina on the golf front is one of the great players in the world, just chose BYU. Jane Hendegren's breaking all sorts of records in the running circles, is choosing BYU. I think that there's great momentum with some big national names, but I think the biggest part about it is just the excellence across the board with all of our sports and all of our student athletes. We have some of the best in the country. We're winning national championships. Our men's and women's cross country teams won national championships last year, and so many of our other sports were right there at the top. You know, our soccer team's been in the College Cup a couple of times in the last few years and had chances to win the national championship. Our volleyball team's been there, both men and women. I just think there's so much good, but recently the movement, I think, has to be attributed to some of the national attention of our football and basketball programs and some of the national recruits saying BYU.
Yeah. Well, hey, and a part of that, we all know this day and age, like NIL is a factor in all of that. And it seems like you guys are in a great position there. Like, how well equipped do you feel like BYU is for this era of college athletics when it comes to that support?
That's a great question. I think we're very blessed to have so many of the best companies in the world that want to invest in BYU and donor base that want to invest in BYU. But I think the magic for us is that these student athletes are choosing BYU for all the right reasons. Certainly everybody knows if you're not in the game in the NIL space and in the revenue share space, it's super difficult to get student athletes to choose you. But the thing that we're excited about is the student athletes are choosing BYU for what it stands for, and knowing that they're going to be taken care of. And it's not always that way. Usually money leads out. We're not going to lead with money.
Right.
We're going to go get prospective student athletes that want to be BYU for all the right reasons, for our great coaches, for the academic institution, for the spiritual nature of what their experience is going to be at BYU. And then certainly it's always a good ad when you can be in the game in those spaces. But we're not ever going to lead with money. That's not who we are.
Yeah. Well, when you talk about Kalani Sitake, this program coming off obviously 11-win season last year, like where do you set the expectation bar for them this season?
Yeah, I'm so impressed with Kalani and his staff and the team that they've put together, the depth that they put together. I said last year before the season started, when we were not picked very high, I said to people, don't be surprised. Kalani's done a great job building depth, and we all know in the Big 12 and these power conferences, you've got to have depth at every position. And we certainly last year had a remarkable year. And our expectation this year is that we continue to play great football. Yeah. We have a room full of incredibly talented guys that are full of character. We feel like they're going to rally around each other. But like always, we just expect that we're going to play great football. And if we play great football, all the rest of it will take care of itself.
Yeah. How equipped do you feel like this team with that culture is to withstand losing a quarterback this late in the game?
I don't think we could be better equipped to handle adversity like this than with this group of guys. I'm very, very encouraged by the room that Kalani's put together, and I feel like we have coaches that are going to put our guys in positions to succeed, and I'm really excited to watch us. I think you're going to see not only our team rally around each other, but Cougar Nation's going to rally. We're in. We're ready.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's tough. I was telling people earlier today, like it's tough to have a quarterback room with that many guys that have experience and or just high-level talent in this day and age when everybody wants to transfer, right? Like that kind of struck me as an impressive quarterback room to have right now.
Yeah, we've got three guys that we feel that are tested, that can come in and do a great job for us, and confident in their ability and confident in the ability of our entire team to rally. I'm just so excited that we're already talking football, and football season's right around the corner, and certainly excited to be part of this Big 12 conference where there's so many great programs, so many great coaches, so many great players. I think the whole country is going to get to see, and really the world. If we're starting off in overseas in Ireland, I think that game is just around the corner. I think the world's going to see the Big 12 is ready to go.
Yeah, well, the Big 12 needs spotlight games like that, obviously. With all the things swirling around in college athletics right now, talking about future playoff formats and all of this, where do you see the Big 12's place in all of this as we move forward in college sports?
Right at the top. I think we're led by a commissioner in Brett Yormark that is an outside-of-the-box thinker that is doing everything he can to put the Big 12 in the very, very strongest positions across the board. And the way that this league is being branded, marketed, I just think that the Big 12 is going to be right at the top as we move forward. And I love the confidence to be able to, starting with football, starting with the college football playoff, to stand up there and tell the world, listen, we're in support of the 5.
Yeah.
Auto 5 plus 11, play your way in. I love that because the bottom line is excellence is going to prevail, and I think the Big 12 is very equipped and positioned to be excellent across the board in all sports moving forward.
Yeah, was it a tough sell to the ADs at all to get on board with that, the 5 plus 11 playoff?
No, because everybody knows you just want a chance. You want a chance to play your way in. And everybody knows that if you play your way in, it should be a setup where you actually get a shot.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be in a situation where you're good enough and you play your way in and you're told, no, all those spots are taken by everybody else. So there's a reason everybody is on board with it, because the bottom line is if we're going to be great, we gotta play our way in.
Well, and frankly, I mean, you guys last year finishing 17th, still frustrates me. You had schools like Miami. You guys had an objectively better resume than Miami last year and didn't get the consideration you probably should have in the at-large discussion. Do you still harbor any frustration from that last year, how that went down?
No, we had multiple opportunities to take it into our own hands. We had opportunities to play our way in, and unfortunately, a couple of those bounces didn't go our way. But I was super impressed with our team, the resilience of our team. It was heartbreak. It's heartbreak to lose those last couple of games. The way we bounced back in the bowl game, the way we were ready to play. That's why I'm confident where we're headed at BYU.
Yeah. Well, final thing, Tom Holmoe is a guy that I've talked to the last couple of years here. Obviously, very, very impressive, and I know somebody that means a lot to you. What's it like to follow up a guy who did as much as he did at BYU?
Well, first and foremost, Tom is one of the great mentors you could ever ask for in your professional life. I got to spend 20 years with him. He's one of my dearest, closest friends and confidants. We experienced a lot together. It's hard not to get emotional because you're in a situation where you wonder if it's going to go on forever. And now I get this opportunity. We experienced so much together, and he prepared me so well to move forward. I'm just excited for him to enjoy retirement. I've said that I think he's the happiest guy in America with the changing landscape. To say, hey, B, here are the keys. But the fact that he's still close, he still lives in Provo. We get to still see each other. We still get to experience things together. We went to the track championships together and spent 2 days.
Yeah.
It's just when you get to share things with people you love, that's what it's all about. And certainly continuing to share this journey with Tom is something that I'll do, just because when you spend 20 years together in the trenches and as valued as he made me feel all that time, I just want him to always be close and know that he's a massive part of this franchise. And I have a responsibility to carry on the momentum that we built together, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
And I take it to heart that I've got some big shoulders to stand on, and I'm going to stand right on them and see if I can carry this legacy forward.
Yeah, love that. Brian, thank you so much for taking the time, and best of luck this year in year one.
Yeah, you're welcome. Nice to visit with you.